What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and we're at it again with another video. In today's video, we'll be talking about the Fossil Gen 5e sleep tracking and doing a tutorial and review. Now, the reason I love the Fossil Gen 5e is because it does a lot of things well, including sleep tracking. Now, if you're interested in the Fossil Gen 5e, you can find it at the Amazon storefront link in the description below. As always, I only feature products or services I buy or would like to buy. This gives the channel more credibility and appeal because we feature items that interest me and change the way we live. Don't have time to watch the whole video? We're now a podcast you can find on multiple platforms by searching for Pixels Cracked. You can also support the podcast by downloading the Anchor app and making a small monthly donation on that platform. And if you are listening to this on a podcast, you can find the more detailed video and YouTube channel by searching for Pixels Cracked as well. All things said, let's go ahead and get into it. So let's talk about how sleep tracking works with the Fossil Gen 5e. As long as you're wearing the device during bedtime, sleep tracking runs automatically. Checking your sleep data after it's been recorded is done in a few simple steps. Simply press the button on the right side of the watch, and that's going to bring up the available apps. A nice feature of the Fossil Gen 5e is that it brings up the app that was most recently used, in this case the Wellness app. Now, the Wellness app is where we're going to find our sleep data, so we're going to tap on that. Now, this brings up a new page with categories of activity, sleep, cardio fitness, and settings. Now, for this tutorial, we're going to look for sleep and we're going to tap on it. Now, with the Fossil Gen 5e, you get several sleep metrics as well. The first page here is going to be last sleep. Then we're going to have the next page, which is daily stats. And then we're going to have weekly stats. And then we're going to have monthly stats. And then we're going to have a page where we can adjust our sleep goal depending on the other stats. Now, it looks like with the Fossil Gen 5e, the sleep goal is preset to 8 hours per night. So let's talk more about the sleep data on the Fossil Gen 5e. So again, that first page is called Last Sleep, which gives us a review of our last sleep cycle. Now, this information is useful for knowing if you wake up multiple times per night or if you're a light sleeper. That being said, we can make lifestyle changes with the goal of improving our sleep quality. The next page we have is daily stats. Now, this one is useful because it gives us our average sleep time, a nice chart underneath, and an average bedtime and wake up time. This page allows you to see if you're getting enough sleep on average. With the average bed and wake times, we can also try to go to sleep and wake at similar times to have a consistent average. And then we have the third and fourth pages, which are weekly stats and monthly stats, and they're similar to daily stats with the exception of instead of tracking sleep data daily, it'll track sleep data weekly and then monthly. And this is just better for seeing your sleep data over a longer range. That being said, with more sleep data, we'd have a better understanding of our sleep quality long term. The last page we have here is sleep goal, which allows you to adjust your goal for the amount of sleep you're looking to get per night, depending on your previous sleep data. So I actually learned a few things about my sleep health when it comes to the Fossil Gen 5e. The first thing is I do drink quite a bit of water before bed, and that does make me wake up in the middle of the night, and that was clearly indicated on the charts for the sleep data. I also noticed that I am a light sleeper, and I think that has to do not only with the fact that I do drink a lot of liquids before bed, but sometimes I will drink caffeine, and I know that's bad, but that would be reflected in the charts as well, which do indicate that I am a light sleeper. So now with this data, I have something to work with. So final thoughts. Sleep tracking on the Fossil Gen 5e is certainly life-improving technology. Based on my habits and what I'm seeing on the watch and the charts, it seems like the sleep tracking is fairly accurate. Now, there is one barrier when it comes to the Fossil Gen 5e and sleep tracking on this device, and that is I don't know how to input the information from this device into Google Fit. Now, I am a big fan of Google Fit. I use it to track my physical fitness, and that's done with these devices as well. But I also have a smart scale which allows me to keep track of my weight. Now, within the Google Fit app, there is a section to monitor your sleep, but since we can't connect this to the app, there's no way to input that data. Overall, when it comes to sleep tracking, this is a strength for the Fossil Gen 5e. So that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it and found it useful, please leave a like. If you're watching this on YouTube and have any questions or comments, as always, drop those down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Now, there are 3 ways you can support the channel and podcast. The first way is to click on the Amazon storefront link in the description below. There you'll find items that I have bought or would like to buy, and anything you buy from the storefront does support the content. The next way you can support the content is just by sharing this video with someone who might enjoy it or find it useful. And the last way you can support the content is just by clicking the subscribe or follow button. Now, liking and subscribing are important. Those are ways to vote on whether you like the video or the podcast. Liking and subscribing are also important for new viewers and listeners. If new viewers and listeners see likes and subscribers, they're going to think that the content is helpful, worth watching, and listening to. So that is pretty much it. And until next time, Leon checking out.
You